Has there been any change? Did you think that there would be? Well, let's watch and find out.
Like butterflies, set the sky, set them on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ageless winds of time can catch you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Be sure to please like, share, and subscribe. Like I've stated before, that I started sharing these with just friends and family. I am way, probably 2 months behind on editing and posting for just friends and family. But of course, when I open it up for everybody, you guys will be able to binge watch my journey if you would like. And I pray that you guys all are finding my videos informational. And like I said, I offer to, speak with anybody and go through the NACA process with you. It seems that I have hit almost every brick wall possibly. So maybe I can help you not hit those brick walls. So that is my goal. Hopefully, once I get out of this process, I'll be able to liven up my channel some more with some, other posts. I want to do some things with my kids and bring them in on the channel, and introduce you guys to them. But for now, the NACA journey is the focus. So, has anything changed since October 29th, 2020? And today is December 8th, 2020. Y'all, your girl was going through it, okay? At the home that I currently rent, my kids' bikes were stolen. The kids were playing around and broke my 65-inch flat screen. So, your girl was feeling it. On top of the fact that you're not hearing from your mortgage counselor, you're trying to get things done, and it just seems like, they heard you, but then they're like, I got something better to do. So here's what's happened since October 29th. It seems that I gave a lot of time in the month of November to allow NACA to, get it together. My mortgage counselor did give me an email to the national underwriter, because she said that she wanted me to, try to see what was going on as well, because she's like, I'm doing my part. I'm sending the information. I'm following up. And, she was like, if you want to reach out as well, then, you can do that. Which she knows how I am. I will call you. I will email you. If there's another number that you leave, or another email with somebody else to talk to, information, I will call everybody, because I'm that dedicated to getting this done. Now, I go to these weekly Wednesday webinars. That's post-qualification webinar. And this individual that runs those webinars is the head of the National Underwriting Department for NACA. So I've talked with him before, and that's where, I asked my question about my additional income and, the fact that they weren't sure if they could use it. And he was like, as long as it says likely to continue, that's all the verbiage they need. And I was like, yeah, but they're worried because in front of that, it says not guaranteed. He was like, it doesn't matter what it says in front of it. It matters that it says likely to continue. So I was like, okay, it's amazing. I was like, I just really need you guys to use, the income that I've been getting for the last, almost 3 years. He was like, what we'll probably do is we'll probably take the last 2 years and kind of average it out on what your salary was, and then we'll qualify you based on that. And I was like, oh, okay, because that will still leave me being eligible for down payment assistance, as well as a priority member, because I didn't want to be kicked out of being a priority member, especially for, an incentive pay that may not last. I mean, it's not likely because our job continues to lose case managers. I'm at 115 individuals, and we'll be getting some more this week due to a loss of a case manager. Not deceased, but they were let go. So a little bit more pressure, but also a little bit more money. So that works for me. I'm going to start saving every last bit of it. But fast forward, after going through all that, I did reach the national underwriter on the phone, and they were like, you know, at the end of November, and they literally were like, I don't have time. I don't have time to review it. I got stuff that I need to do for people that are ready to close, and you're going to have to talk with your mortgage counselor, and they're going to have to put it back through. And I was like, well, it seems like she's talked with the underwriters that they work with, but they were still concerned about that. And since you are over them, well, if they have any questions, then they can reach out to me directly. So basically he was like, girl, don't call me. I sent an email asking if he could just, if he could, you know, look at it at the beginning of December, because at that point, we were at the end of November, before Thanksgiving. So I was just kind of like, hey, can you look at it next week? Because that's the beginning of December. My mortgage counselor had told me that she was going to call me, because I accidentally sent the email to her because of the way it was sent to me. He wasn't actually the sender somehow. So when I went to reply, it only replied to my counselor. So I went ahead and realized that and copied and pasted and sent him the email as well. But my mortgage counselor was like, hey, I'm going to call you shortly. This is for you, exclamation, exclamation. So I was like, oh my God. Okay. Y'all, no call. No call for over a week. I then started emailing and calling like a crazy lady. And then eventually I was just like, are you okay? Is the staff okay? Is your family okay? Like, what's going on? Because to get an email saying, hey, I'm about to call you, and then crickets, that just wasn't working for me. So finally they did reply back that they sent my file back to be reviewed, and she CC'd my previous mortgage counselor, who just did my qualification work. So she said that they did inform her that I am on the list to be reviewed. So I haven't received a text message about any qualification changes or anything like that, and I don't know if I will. So I'm not exactly sure how they review it. If it, you know, sends me back to review and I get a thing saying, hey, your file's been submitted for review, or if they're just reviewing it and then they'll say, this is what we're doing and we're changing it to this. So not sure how that's all going to work out. I check my file daily, make sure I keep my web file updated. But my current issue is that I fired my previous real estate agent because of the fact that, you know, they were just questioning me. Like when I would want to look at certain houses, they're like, can you afford that? Have you heard from NACA? And then, like I said, when I tried to put a down payment, or not a down payment, but an offer on a house, they wanted me to bid $15,000 over the asking price and then put the $5,000 contingency in it. And, you know, I needed someone knowledgeable about NACA. My mom referred another agent to me, and they are great. They are amazing. They were intuitive. They, you know, took initiative. We looked at some houses, and before we left the last house that I had said that I wanted to watch, they were like, hey, what do you think about this house? And when they showed it to me, I was like, oh my God, yes, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, yes. And they're like, okay, well, I already scheduled just in case you wanted to see it. So that's our next stop after this. I already scheduled it and we have plenty of time to get there. And I was like, yes. But the only things that are just a few red flags for me right now is that I sent the email with all the NACA real estate information for out of house real estate agents, because the area I'm looking in is not the area where the office is located. So they don't have in-house agents in my area. So I always will have to use an out of house real estate agent. but that means that they will have to privy themselves on the NACA product. They will have to make sure that they are knowledgeable and can work with this product. So prior to me requesting a buyer's agreement or anything, I asked if they were comfortable working with me, knowing that I was going through NACA, explaining that NACA doesn't allow contingency fees from the agent. So there is no transaction fees, there is no commission fees or anything like that. And they were like, yeah, I definitely can do this, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, great, because she was like, it's not about my commission. I actually love what I do. And I was like, okay, good. But then when they finally sent the buyer's agreement, there was a $299 transaction fee listed for me to bring to closing. And I was like, NACA's not going to allow that. And then they also had that I would be responsible for 3% commission of the sale of the home, or the seller could pay it. Now, this is where I was kind of like, is NACA going to accept this or not? From what I read, from what NACA had sent me when I was first qualified, is that it's only the seller that pays the commission to my agent. And that is negotiated between my agent and the seller's agent. So I don't think that can be in my buyer's agreement, but I wanted to make sure. So I have reached out to the NACA Red department which is real estate real estate department. And then I also reached out to my mortgage counselor, but ding, ding, ding. Of course, I have heard from no one. So I will try again tomorrow. I sent out emails last week and then also this week. So I will send out emails again to ask, like, what can we do? I did also ask my agent if they are able to go to the weekly webinar that was from noon to 2 on Tuesdays, because I feel that a lot of the questions that she may have, or some things that she wasn't understanding, could be answered during that time. But she was like, is that a requirement of NACA? And I was like, it's not a requirement, but I feel like it's a great learning opportunity on how to understand the NACA product. So I don't know if she attended that or not. But I really do like her. But I need someone that understands this NACA product, because when I find that house that I want them to be able to move quickly and be able to submit everything into the NACA portal the way they need it to be submitted. So I'll probably have a conversation with her just to make sure that we're on the same page. As a Taurus, I'm very like, I don't like to rock the boat. I don't like to feel like I'm nagging or asking too much of people. But I also have to understand that this is the biggest purchase of my life besides my student loans. Okay. My student loans are probably more than half of what my house will cost. But I also understand that I have to speak up, and I can do that in a way that is not condescending, but just basically saying, I really need you to understand this so that way we can move forward. So I will have those tough conversations, and hopefully come out not feeling like, oh my God, I just hurt their feelings. But this is business, and this is a business transaction. And just because I like them personally, their personality and who they are doesn't necessarily always mean that it'll be a great business relationship. So we shall see, and I'll definitely keep you posted on what is decided on that. This is like the third agent that I've spoken with. Well, kind of the fourth, because the second agent passed me off to somebody else, which is kind of why I was like, you weren't technically my agent to start with, but then somehow you ended up just being my agent, and I never really got to interview you. I just kind of, one day you showed a house because my agent was busy, and then the next thing I know, I never saw that person. I never met the agent that I talked to for like a month. So, so it's just been a lot. I did my hair because I was feeling mighty low. So sometimes just getting that hair fresh and looking good helps you wake up looking good, and then you feel good. So that's what I did to make sure that I was on point, because I know in some of the videos y'all probably was like, girl, what is happening with your hair? So right now, this is what it will be for a little while. I braided it a bit too tight, so my head still hurts a little bit, but not as bad. It's been in for about a week now. So I will definitely keep y'all updated. I'm sorry I didn't post more within the last couple months. Well, it's only been like a month, but I didn't post just because I was really down. Like, I had that high where I was like, oh, the interest rates went down. My friend and I prayed on it. And now she's going to resubmit it to the national underwriter, and he's going to get it together. And look at God. And then, you know, when those things don't happen, it's like you are high. And then bam, you smack the wall. Like, you didn't realize your ass was falling. And the next thing you know, you have smacked the ground, and you're like, whoa, I was just up there. Like, how did I get down here? So, you know, I just didn't want to come on here with the whole woe is me and real down and depressed like I was in, you know, past videos. But, you know, this journey is a process. And, you know, I'm praying I come out with, you know, just a few gray hairs and not a whole head, because Lord have mercy knows I've been stressed to the hilt. 3 kids schooling from home and working full-time from home. Like, it has been test of my nerves, Jesus Lord. So I thank you guys for sticking with me. I thank you for being on this journey with me, and trust and believe soon, and very soon, we will find that house. We will have an empty house tour, and we will have a decorating of the home. So I'm so excited for that. No, it didn't happen for me for the holidays, but I know that there is a reason that God is holding me back, and I have to focus on that. I have to stop allowing some of the negative stuff to bring me down and really focus on, look, God has held you back, and guess what happened when he held you back in the fall? Interest rates went down. God has held you back, and, you know, look what happened. You know, you got more money coming in. So, you know, I'm able to save, I'm able to do things. And also, I hadn't really started packing my house till last weekend. So that's another thing that, you know, I wasn't being prepared. So now I'm in the process of truly preparing, truly getting my stuff together. So when I find that house, I'm ready to go. So I love y'all. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to stop in real quick to give an update. I know my last one, we were thinking that NACA was going to get back with me that week. It is now January 3rd, 2021. We made it to the new year. Thank God. We are out of 2020, and I pray that 2021 is nothing but the hits for us. Nothing but goodness, nothing but prosperity. I am claiming my house in 2021. I just listened to this beautiful song, Voice of God, by Deontay Bowie featuring Stephanie Gretziger and Chandler. Hoping I said everybody's names right, but it's called Voice of God. And y'all, it had me in tears. It is so beautiful. And that is exactly what I feel like I'm in right now. I've said it in past videos that I feel that God is guiding me. So if I'm not in the home of my dreams by Christmas, if I wasn't, you know, things weren't going my way, I felt like it was God's divineness on the whole situation. So I have noticed within the last week or so that NACA has started going through my file again. So they are accepting some of my pay stubs and things like that. So they are reviewing my file, And hopefully that means that I will get an increased amount here in the coming weeks. So that is the goal. That is the prayer. That is the hope. I'm remaining optimistic. I, have 100% faith that this process, we will come out of this victorious. And, many people will say, why still stay with NACA? You could easily go somewhere else. Like, my sister has told me, like, you can just go into the bank right now and get probably approved for way more than what they would. But the way I look at this program is they are making sure that you are approved for an amount that if something was to happen, you will still be able to maintain your home. You will still be able to stay in your home. So I definitely understand what they're doing. Of course, I took on extra caseload to make extra money because I knew that, for the house that I wanted, I needed to make more money. So that's just where I'm trying to get them to kind of see what I've worked hard for the last 3 years, just to at least include that. So we are going to pray. We are going to claim that they are going to see what I was talking about, and that they will go ahead and approve me for more so that I will have a lot more buying power. The way I look at it, it'll still leave me as a priority member. So that is, the goal there too, is please accept me at my higher amount, which will still leave me within the priority range. If it doesn't, then I guess we're going to learn something new. But I'm just so blessed. I made it to 2021. My children and I are healthy. We've had some family members come down with COVID, and that just brought me a lot of anxiety around the Christmas season. But everyone is healthy. Everyone is doing well. We got to do a video Zoom call, and I got to see my grandmother and cousins and aunts that I haven't gotten to see in a while and speak with them. So that was just a blessing. And I just thank God for everything. I thank God for just bringing me through this journey. And I know that I will find the perfect home for my children and I put it all in God's hands. I will let you guys know if I get anything or hear anything from NACA this week. I just wanted to stop in and give a quick little update that we're still kind of in the same space, but my attitude and my outlook remains optimistic. Yes, at times I get dark, and I share that with y'all because we are human. Even though we have great faith, it doesn't mean that we don't experience sorrow. So I wanted to share my journey wholeheartedly with you guys, and just state that, NACA, yes, it is a process. It is a journey. You need to come into it with patience and kindness in your heart because, with a program this great, they are short-staffed. You're not coming out of this making buku money. So the staff that they have is trying their best. And sometimes, yes, you may feel like they don't even give a flying whatever about you, but you have to understand that they are human too, that they're trying their best too with the workload that they have. So keep some, kindness in your heart when dealing with them, but also still demand because, you are trying to buy a house, so you need them to do their job. But do it in a way of kindness. Like everything doesn't have to be cussing people out or going off on anybody. Like just state what you need and keep going up until you get what you need. I have reached out to, the national director of underwriting. I have reached out to the regional director. It's not to say that, this person isn't doing their job. For me, it was, okay, she's done as much as she can. And now she needs your help. And she has emailed you asking for your help and you have not gotten back to her. So, yes, I feel like NACA can do a lot better on customer service. If I could multiply myself, I would go work for NACA. Trust me, I'm still thinking like, can I do something that supports people in the process so they have someone to talk to that understands the process? And then that way that takes a little bit of time off of the counselors. I don't know. I'd be willing to do that on, evenings and weekends, reach out to people, see if there's anything that I can help them with, or, even just be a support person, because even if you're going through NACA or not, the home buying process is, oh my gosh. I mean, it will try you. Okay, it'll try your very last nerve. It'll try your patience. It'll try everything positive that you have about yourself. But you have to stay strong in knowing that at the end of the day, you will get what you need. You will get the home that you are desiring. Just speak it into existence, manifest it, pray on it, and claim it. All right. So I love y'all. I didn't want to make this too long. I will get back with y'all this week to let y'all know where things stand, if we've heard from them or not. All right. Love y'all. Peace.